Hello, Rama Popoda. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Continue with Subbalashmi Ammal. Subbalashmi Ammal continued, I have been a witness to another incident involving another devotee, Apu Shastri's wife. In those days, coffee was a rare luxury, and therefore many devotees who came to the ashram bought coffee with them, little realizing that Bhagavan did not particularly like coffee. Apu Shastri's wife brought a big vessel of the choicest coffee to Bhagavan. Bhagavan said, You know that I don't like coffee? Apu Shastri's wife said, What am I to do? I had a dream wherein Mother Parvati stood in front of the temple and beckoned me. She said, My son goes without drinking coffee. Make some coffee and take it to him. Do not blame me. These were Mother's instructions. Bhagavan had no choice but to accept the beverage. He, however, commented, Mother has no other task than to interfere in my life and come in the way. This happened once even when I was up on the hill. I asked Subbalashmi Ammal to recount the incident, which of course now is recorded in the books. Bhagavan was staying on the hill. There was no set routine. At 8 in the morning, everyone gathered there would share the Bhiksha food. The food would invariably be cold rice. Once this was done, they were all free to do what they wanted. Bhagavan would roam on the hill all day. So much so he once commented, There is not even an inch of space on the hill that remains untouched by my feet. On one such day, he found a rustic looking woodcutter woman blocking his path. The woman had her legs stretched across the path Bhagwan was walking on. Bhagwan stood there hesitating. The woman did not pull back her legs. Bhagavan did not jump over the legs either, since it is against the Hindu custom. As Bhagavan stood hesitating before her, the woman hurled accusations at him and asked, Why are you roaming around relentlessly? Why do you not stay put in one place? Bhagavan took her words to heart and thereafter never moved from Kanda Ashramam. Later, of course, he came down to Ramana Ashramam. Even there, he never stirred from the place except to take his occasional walks. Noticing my eagerness to query her further, Subbalashmi Ammal added, When we asked Bhagavan who was that rustic woman was, Bhagavan himself said, Who else is it except the mother principle? Emotional devotion welling up in me, I humbly requested her to recount how she felt about Bhagavan. She remarked to me, Bhagavan is the mother. It is easier to hold on to him firmly if one approaches him as one would approach one's mother. He was undoubtedly the most compassionate mother I have ever come across. Would there have been any hope of emancipation for me, an uneducated widow cast aside by society? He saved me from my state of lowliness by lifting me up with his grace and thus emancipating me. These outpourings of Subbalashmi Ammal thrilled me because even today this protective mother principle of Bhagavan is evident for the followers of Bhagavan. One only has to have ears to hear and eyes to see in order to understand this protective mother principle. Once, alluding to Lord Krishna, she told me, Eons ago, the Lord came as a cowherd and liberated the simple milkmaids. In a similar fashion, Bhagavan took to cooking in order to save us ignorant women. I was moved by her approach to Bhagavan. I asked her how she was able to love Bhagavan with such devotion and totality. She said, "Do you know that even yogis and rishis of yore had to undergo severe austerities and penance in order to attain the state that Bhagavan would take us to just by having us work near him in the kitchen? The small tasks that we did every day used to give us total bliss and light. We experienced ecstasy in mundane tasks such as grinding, cooking, and serving the devotees in the dining hall. How was this possible? He blessed us with his proximity, and because of this blessing, we reached the state where the mind merged in the heart. Our hearts were with him and in him, and he was in all the work that we did. A person who has not had this ecstatic experience cannot possibly imagine how much bliss a human heart can contain. She clapped her hands in complete adoration of her Sadguru Ramana and said, Bhagavan himself was our true goal, our home. To us, he alone existed. His radiant form was enough for us. One had to live and work with him in order to know what a great teacher he was. He taught us Vedanta, the highest truth in life. Through the trifles of daily life, we were changed to the very roots of our being without being aware of the depth and extent of his influence. He led us to absolute wisdom through his infinite kindness. I prostrated before Subbalakshmi Amma, who at that moment was a symbol of the mother principle. She saved this body, and because of all the sharing that she did, she gave me a glimpse into the realm of the kingdom of God. That's all, folks. Let's continue in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Pupod.